Hello and welcome once again, dear listeners, to In the Library with
Tara.
And I'm Adrian. And we're coming at you pre-recorded on September 25th, 2025.
So for you, the 26th.
Or later, depending.
Oh, true.
Realistically,
You just listen to it over and over and over.
They could be 12,000 years in the future. How would we know?
You know, it's nice to think that, but think just like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and how technology has changed and how we can't listen or watch some of the stuff we used to.
That's true.
It's like with Doctor Who. So many of the original episodes were lost to the world, so you either saw it live or you just have to make it up.
Let's make it up. I've got some scarves and hats. We'll make it up.
You got a fez hat and a bow tie?
We'll pretend.
Okay.
That's fine. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, it was your pick, and you decided we were going to read books that were originally written in a language that was not English.
Ah, yes, the good old translated books.
There were actually quite, a lot more that I knew of that I didn't realize were originally written in different languages.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really neat. Like, ones that are really popular that they even turn movies into is like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was originally written in Swedish. The Never-Ending Story, which I have and I'm halfway through, but I haven't finished, was written in German.
Don't spoil it for me. Does it end?
Well, I started it like 10 years ago and I haven't finished, so no, it doesn't.
I've read it.
I need to read it. I don't know why I stopped.
This is derailing the conversation because I wasn't going to talk about this book, but you're mostly done, like halfway done with The Never-Ending Story?
Yeah, but this, again, I started it like 10 years ago, so I haven't read it. I need to start back over at the beginning.
That's okay. What fascinated me, have you seen the movie The Never-Ending Story?
I love the movie. I've only seen the first two. I haven't seen the third.
Well, the first movie is the first half of the book,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 and 3 have nothing to do with the book at all.
Yeah, which you've told me before. And oh my gosh. Okay, I can't remember the actor's name from the second one. He's very well known, or he was, because he's passed away. No diss on him, but that movie was bad.
Jonathan Brandis?
Yes. He was part of like the 27 Club, but he was one of those Hollywood actors that died real young.
Yeah, 2003. He was 27.
Called it. You've heard about that, right? The 27 Club?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think that's how you officially know that you're like an adult and you've aged once you pass 27. I feel like that's the marker.
Good God.
So we're old. Yeah, so I pretend that second one didn't happen because, gosh, that was hard to get through. The first one's good, though. I love the first one.
I'm trying to very quickly here. Like, I recognize his face, but I don't.
He was on, like, some sci-fi show.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I recognize his face, but I've never seen anything that's listed on his, like,
Are you sure?
quick glance of the IMDb.
Well, have you seen The Never-Ending Story number 2? Because that might be it.
I mean, yeah, I've seen The Never-Ending Story, too. I mean, technically, I saw Sidekicks once when I was really young. No, I was just reading through this real quick. I know I'm derailing the whole thing, but I'll cut it and I'll speed it all up and it'll be wonderful. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these.
I haven't seen much.
I might just have recognized him for The Never-Ending Story 2, or just because he probably appeared in lots of advertisements and stuff at the time.
Yeah. Or if you ever looked up the 27 Club and saw the list.
Could be.
Well, not trick question, but question for you.
Okay.
Diary of a Young Girl. What language was it originally written in?
So that's Anne Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It wouldn't have been German.
German was her first language.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't written in German. I know that. Was it? It was either Dutch or... Yeah, I'll go with Dutch.
It was Dutch. Yep. So that's because that's where they were in the Netherlands, where they were hiding when they were captured. So she learned Dutch and she was trying to work on her language skills. So she wrote it all in Dutch.
See, that's where I was going, because like I knew it wasn't written in German.
Yep.
And I was like, it was probably some sort of language practice.
It is one of the most translated books.
Well,
Not as much as the Bible, though.
well, I brought the second most translated book of all time for mine to discuss.
That really is the second?
Yes. Number 1 is, of course, the Bible. And number 2 is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint. I'm going to butcher this. Exupéry.
That's the graphic novel.
Yes, I brought the graphic novel version written by Joan Sfar, and it was translated by Sarah Ardizone.
So I'm not going to lie. So we have this thing that Adrian puts together that's a big game, and everyone who works here is competing against each other.
Oh, the House Cup?
Yeah, the House Cup. My team won this year. Yeah. But
there's applause going on right now for you.
There should be. I'm very proud. During one of the tasks, we had to make an art project based off of a book, and my team's was The Little Prince, and I still have not read it. One of my coworkers was very, very excited. It's her favorite book ever, so she took the lead on that task.
The Little Prince, for those not in the aware, it was written by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I'm still pronouncing that way wrong. It was first published in April of 1943, and in my case, I'm holding the graphic novel version, which was published in 2010. It details a airplane pilot who is I don't remember if it says in the original that he was shot down, but his plane goes down in the desert.
Is he dead?
Is
he a ghost?
No, he's not dead.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He is the author.
Oh, did it really happen to him?
The plane crash, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And he meets and talks to a little prince who lives on a little tiny asteroid, and he makes him sheep and stuff because the little prince wants him to draw stuff for his little tiny asteroid planet.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly deep and mature book, especially since it is targeted for children. Mm-hmm. It's presented as a children's story, but it deals with themes of loss and grief and isolation. If you haven't read it, it's short. Go check it out.
Do you...
Present company included.
I know. I'll get to it. Technically, the book is still at my house. That's probably why you couldn't get the book. It's still at my house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So do you think that it's kind of a good introductory book for those themes for children, or do you think it's too much and it should be for older kids?
No, I think you can introduce it to children of any age. I mean, chances are if they can't speak yet, they might not understand it, but...
Yes, they do.
You just recite it to them in their crib. This is a snake swallowing an elephant.
I do know that part.
That's good. That's the first page.
Oh, well, good. I did get through the first couple pages, so I got through that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yes, it was originally published in France.
Francais.
French. So, the language of the Franks.
The Franks?
Yeah. The Franks come from France.
Okay.
That's why it's called France.
And Frank didn't come from France?
No, that's true. What did you bring?
I brought A Man Called Av.
I think it's pronounced Ove.
No. Actually, it could be, but I've been saying Av the whole time, and I'm sticking with it. So this is written by Fredrik Backman, and it was originally written in Swedish. And I think it was like last year, it seemed like this book was really popular. I remember a lot of people checking it out. So when you first put this out there, this topic, I was really intrigued, and I'm like, I kind of want to read this. And they turned it into 2 movies. It did so well. One that I'm assuming is in Swedish, because it's still called A Man Called Av. But then Tom Hanks just remade it a couple years ago into A Man Called Otto. If you saw that movie or you saw commercials for that movie is based off of this book.
They just didn't want to use Uwe.
Yeah, so they changed the name to make it more American, and they also put it in an American city. I believe it takes place in Philadelphia, as opposed to this one, which takes place in Sweden.
Do you want me to really just ruin your whole day?
Why? What did I do?
The pronunciation officially is Uva.
Uva?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But
I'm going to keep saying Av,
that's fine.
though.
That's fine.
It's Ove. Uva.
So he's an unhappy man, yes?
He is a curmudgeon. Yep. And it's supposed to be like, a lot of like the reviews talk about like making you understand people who are different than you, making you understand and feel sympathy for the curmudgeons. in your life and around you.
You know who the best character is?
What?
You know who the best character in that book is?
Uva?
No, the mailman.
The cat.
The mailman.
The cat.
Do you remember the mailman? But the mailman is the best character.
Why?
Because we share a name.
Still the cat. So basically this man, oh, it's so sad. Like, so he really is an unhappy, kind of unpleasant dude. He's older in life. He lives alone. He gets these new neighbors next to him that are trying so hard to be nice. And you find out very early on, I mean, I figured it out. Like, I knew from the beginning that his wife passed away, which is so sad because, like, there's, like, a whole chapter where, like, he's, like, talking to her. And then I knew it was going to be him at her grave, and it was. So, yeah, but it's about sympathy and getting to know each other and being able to understand people who are different than you. It's very different than what I typically read. I typically like fast-paced things, murder mysteries, romance books. This one, in a way, I would call it slow. And I don't mean it was hard to get through, because it's actually a very good and easy read, but like it's just everyday life. It's just, there's nothing like crazy going on. There's nothing that's like keeping you on the edge of your seat, but you want to keep reading to find out.
Well,
what's going on with this dude?
As a fellow old curmudgeon, he is my spirit animal. You know, before we started, we were talking about other books. You know, another great Swedish novel.
What?
And since we are in, or rapidly approaching that season, have you read Let the Right One In?
No.
Let the Right One In by John A. Lindqvist. I said A because there's no way I can pronounce that middle name.
I like how you're saying all these crazy names, and mine was Frederick Backman.
Yeah, well. Let the Right One In is a 2004 Swedish novel, and it deals with a 12-year-old boy making friends with a vampire.
As you should. Is this like the little vampire? Like the movie from the 90s?
No. The one with Jonathan Lipnicki, was it? No. Not related at all.
Okay.
That one was cute. This one is definitely deep horror. Although I do love the Swedish name for it. Låt den right komma in. Let the right one in. In general, don't let vampires into your house. That would be just generally, sort of good advice. And if you check out the novel and decide you like it, there are 2 film adaptations. One called Let the Right One In and one called Let Me In, depending on if you're watching the original Swedish film versus the Americanized film. Yeah.
Where do you think the idea of vampires can't enter your house unless you give them permission came from? Do you think it was just because they were so scary back in the day that there had to be something to tell people to protect themselves?
Didn't it start in the original Dracula novel?
It could have. That's actually on my list. I gotta read that because I'm about to be in Transylvania at the castle, so...
The concept of vampires needing an invitation to enter a home originates from Eastern European folklore. It's linked to the sanctity of a home as a protected space and the idea of human free will. It does appear in the novel Dracula. Yeah. Which is why he needs, I'm forgetting her name, but the central heroine to let him in her window so that he can proceed to bite her. Lucy. Because the 2 main females are Mina Harker and Lucy Westendra. Do you like vampires?
I love vampires.
This is sort of jumping the gun a little bit, but if you're interested in vampires, you should check out...
Twilight 20th Anniversary Party. That's going to be here at the Bedford Branch Library on Saturday, September 27th at 2 p.m. Come celebrate the 20th anniversary of Twilight by Stephanie Meyer with crafts, snacks, and movie showing, plus more. Please register as supplies are limited. This is for adults and teenagers.
I believe it's pronounced Meyer.
It might.
I've heard it both ways. I was really just trying to make a joke
about it. It is
Meyer.
I
was just trying to make a joke about it.
I think you're right.
Did you ever see the show Psych?
Not really.
We've talked about this.
I know you like Psych. But...
Yeah, we've talked about this. You've never seen it.
No. I've seen a lot of clips.
The I've heard it both ways is a very common recurring joke in that where they purposely mispronounce things and then it doesn't matter.
Like Moira Rose?
Moira.
She mispronounces everything. The bebe.
The babe.
The bebe.
Anyway, For my second novel, this one is a full novel. I went with Norwegian Wood, which is a 1987 novel by Japanese author Haruki Murakami. It is often considered his breakout hit, like the novel that made him national and international bestseller. It is a novel that follows around Toru Watanabe in the 1960s in Tokyo. It sort of addresses some of the student unrest in Japan during the 60s, where college students wanted change in the country. And Toru has a couple of romances with a woman named Naoko, and then later with a woman named Midori. And have you ever read anything by Haruki Murakami?
No, I don't. Well, I don't think.
Okay. Well, the novel is obviously based off the Beatles hit Norwegian Wood, which I've never heard. I don't know anything about the song. There's a lot of forest and woods thematic elements in the book, and it's got a lot of his Murakami's trademark weirdness, where he'll just integrate fantasy stuff in just like it always sort of was supposed to be there, and then there's not talk about it. If you've ever read a Murakami book, you'd know. He's famous for his diversions into the weird. So you brought more?
Nope. But I am about to read the third installment of Before the Coffee Gets Cold.
Yes.
Which is originally a Japanese series.
That it is.
So I'm very excited about that. There's 5, I think, in the series. Oh, there's 5 that are already translated to English, because I know there's 1 that hasn't been translated yet.
Do you think they'll ever get rid of the old lady who takes the chair back?
The ghost?
Yeah.
I do. However, I don't think they're getting rid of her. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to end up replacing her.
Oh, is that what you think is going to happen?
So, for those of you who aren't familiar and haven't heard us talk about that in a prior podcast, it's a Japanese story. It's actually like a handful of short stories together, but it's all these people who go to this cafe and they want to go back in time to talk to somebody. There's a lot of rules in place. So there's basically they can't change the future. Nothing can change. It's just going back to talk to someone, say goodbye to someone, learn something. And there's a ghost. They have to wait for the ghost to get out of the chair.
You know, you say...
And if they stay there too long, they turn into the ghost.
They say you can't change the past, but they definitely change the past.
You can change the future. You can't change the past.
Yeah.
It's not in the first 2 books.
Whoa. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, when he goes in and he's like, they're like, meet us here in the future. And it's like, how would they know to meet you in the future?
Well, so if the person's still alive, they could come and they could meet you. Although, if you remember, when that happened, the people who were trying to meet in the future didn't work out.
That's true.
Remember, they called on the phone.
That's true.
But yeah, basically, if someone's dead, you can't be like, hey, don't walk on this street, you'll get hit by a car. Because if they try to do something different, then they'll just die another way. You can't change the past.
This is some Final Destination stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It's scary.
It's a good story. Highly recommend.
The books are not scary, by the way. Even though there's a ghost and...
There's nothing scary about it. It's like the ghost doesn't do anything. But
they're cozy. Cozy books.
It's more about like... Once they come back to the present day, then it's about them, what they learned, and how they improve as a person coming back.
Okay, so hear me out on this. Do you think it's weird that none of the people brings a portable mug warmer?
When was the book originally written?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's look that up.
Rules
originally published in 2015.
Really? That's actually a lot more recent than I thought.
I thought it was fairly recent.
I mean, I don't know for sure. My guess would be that there's the time limit, and that even if you warmed it, all you would be doing is losing your ability to tell when you have to go back. So I feel like even if you kept it warm...
I'm just saying, like...
It's a good shot.
You take one of those, like, aquarium warmers, you put in the fish's water, and you just dunk that in, set it for tropics, and then you're fine.
Because they always pour in the exact same cup, too. They could ask for a bigger mug.
I'm going to need a bigger mug.
So the fact that they never do that makes me feel like it.
I'm going to need it wrapped in styrofoam with an ice cube so that when I want to pull the ejection button, I can pull the ejection button.
So when you want to turn into a ghost?
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, just dump the coffee over or chug it.
How long does it
No,
take?
you have to drink the coffee.
How long does it take for the coffee to cool once it hits the floor? Let's look this up. No, we're not looking it up. Once you splash it on whoever you've gone to meet's face. So, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Life, man.
Life. Speaking of life, if you are still looking for a way to learn another language, I know we recently shilled Mango Languages on this particular podcast. But do you ever use Duolingo?
Yeah, I have before.
Duolingo has gone off the rails, and they've switched to a very punitive energy system that only lets you have a couple lessons a day unless you pay money. And
Slime.
yeah, so if you're interested in learning a language for free, Mango remains free through your local library.
And if nothing else, you can always learn how to talk like a pirate. That's on there as well.
Me matey, throw a shrimp on the Barbie.
Yo ho. You're an Australian pirate?
I don't know. Do they have Australian pirates? There must be.
Why not? Originally, everyone in Australia were people who were shipped there because they were in trouble with the law.
That's
so
true.
I would assume some would have broken off to start like piracy.
Australia's history with pirates is most notably defined by its convict-era pirate movements, including the 1829 Cyprus Mutiny. The famous Black Jack Anderson was one of them.
Why is it always like Blackjack, Blackbeard? Like,
well, they gotta be scary, right?
how is that scary?
Well, I don't know. If his name is like, I'm the pirate Herbert, nobody's gonna take that seriously.
Red Pirate Roberts. Do you know who the best pirate is?
Is it Jack Sparrow?
No. It's Tim Curry in Muppets Treasure Island.
I've seen that. I have seen that.
I love Tim Curry. There's nothing he couldn't do, man.
You know, the best thing he ever did was escape capitalism into space. Have you ever seen that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll show you it after we're done recording the podcast. Oh my goodness, we have spent a lot more time talking about books than I realized.
Oh.
We should jump to what is going on at your local library. I'll start us off. Stories and Strategies Book Club meets the second Tuesday of each month, starting, this month, September, but we'll be meeting again in October. So second Tuesday of the month at the Bedford branch. That starts at 5:30.
Coming up at the Bedford Branch Library, join John Blair as he brings us along on his prairie restoration journey. So we will cover the restoration of his wooded savanna, how he's bringing 3 natural ponds back to life after being buried by farmers decades ago. He's got beautiful photos, and he's going to tell you about this lovely story. It's going to take place on Wednesday, October 1st, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Arts for Our Future show. Art Turn-In starts Thursday, October 30th, 2025 from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. It costs $30 to register up to 3 pieces. The show reception will be Sunday, November 2nd, 2025.
I like how you were fully ignoring me when I was talking.
I was reading the thing in front of me, so I didn't mispronounce it. I apologize.
Coming up at the Bedford Branch Library is Singing the Good Old Songs Again. This will be on Sunday, October 5th at 3 p.m. Friends of the Bedford Library are presenting Jackie and Gary. They're combining classic and original folk songs into a fun show with audience interaction and humor.
And the Bedford Library is pleased to present Singing the Good Old Song. I'm kidding.
Sure you are.
The Bedford Branch Library is pleased to present Gilmore Girls, The Bedford Branch Library is pleased to present Gilmore Girls, a 25th anniversary celebration coming Saturday, October 4th, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Oi with the poodles already. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Gilmore Girls with us. We'll be showing episodes, playing games, and making crafts throughout the day.
All right. Also coming up at the Bedford Branch Library is a health education series for grades 3 through 12. The Monroe County Health Department is partnering up with our library to present this health series. So this is a bunch of different events that are happening throughout October. You shouldn't have to register ahead of time, but there's different events such as germs, health, and nutrition. There's one on stress management, one on tobacco and vaping, which I'm very glad they're doing. There's social media safety. There's a whole bunch of different events. Some of them are regulated for certain grades. Some are for all ages. Please feel free to look that up and bring your kiddo to the library.
All right. We would certainly like to thank you for joining us. If you happen to be listening on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit the ring bell for notifications every time my MCLS Me updates or post a new video or episode or podcast.
If you are listening on Spotify, please like this episode and like our page. It'll help with the algorithm. What?
And this has been...
No, don't laugh at me and not say nothing.
This has been In the Library with...
Tara!
And I'm Adrian. And this was pre-recorded on September 25th, 2025, if you happen to be 12,000 years in the future.
Ooh. Thanks for listening.